Hi, Recovery Girls. It's Lynn here. I am obviously in my car. I just dropped off one of my children at home, and there are lots of teenagers in my house because it is after school time and they like to congregate at my house, which I love, but it can get a little loud in there. So I decided I will just sit here, and you'll notice I'm totally ADD because I'm going to watch every car that goes by, and I'll try to stay focused. But I wanted to talk today about the resources we have in recovery. There are so many resources, and among those is the Serenity prayer, which, if you're not familiar with it, we often say it in recovery circles, and it is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I've really needed to rely on that prayer lately. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And acceptance is a huge topic in recovery, and I'm hoping that we'll share some videos about acceptance in and of itself. But accept the things I cannot change. My dad passed recently. I have a friend that was in a serious automobile accident, hanging on for his life in critical care right now. And I cannot change either of those things. Those are big things, but there are little things that happen every day. Maybe how somebody reacts to me at work. I can't change my kids' attitudes necessarily. I can maybe make some consequences for those attitudes, but there are certain things I can't change. And if I were to spend all my time trying to change those things that are clearly out of my control, I would start to lose my sanity. And so I am praying through that serenity prayer for peace and for understanding and for acceptance. I also think about, so the second part of that is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. There are some things that I can change. I can change how I react to my child with an attitude. I can choose to rise up and be an adult and mentor him in a way that's going to be helpful, instead of choosing those behaviors that can often be damaging to him and to me, and send me into a tizzy. I can have the courage to change my own attitude. If I'm feeling like I am drowning in grief over my dad, I can choose to do something that is very helpful for me, whether it's taking a bath, and I've talked about this on another video, taking a bath or going on a walk or exercising or sleeping. And sometimes we need courage to do those little things too. So the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, to know when I'm powerless and cannot control a situation, and to know when I need the courage to change something. And so I encourage you to maybe look up some of these prayers, especially that serenity prayer, and maybe incorporate that into your life each day, and to watch what happens in your life as you surrender, as you really learn to turn things over to God. And that is my prayer for you, that you will decide to turn your life and your will over to the care of God, and then watch for the miracles.